We're looking at a sledgehammer in this episode of Airsoftology Reviews. So yes, we are looking at the Tokyo Marui AA-12. Now, if you guys don't know what the real one is, and I'm kind of surprised if you don't, this is a fully automatic 12-gauge shotgun in the real world. So it goes from safe to full auto. Now, Tokyo Marui fortunately did add that semi-auto in here because you'd be dumping through rounds pretty quick. And we'll get to the specs on like rate of fire and stuff like that a little later on. Let's talk about the externals on this fantastic little replica first. So in true Tokyo Marui fashion, you are looking at a pretty much almost all plastic gun here. In fact, I'll kind of hit the quick points here that are made of metal. Outer barrel, you got your front and your rear sights and some of the metal here around this handguard. Not even this silver part, that's actually polymer as well. And you're looking at Tokyo Marui plastic here though. So you're looking at a very good looking gun. And don't worry, since I said Tokyo Marui plastic, you're gonna go, oh Jonathan, it's all creaky. It is not creaky at all. In fact, it's not even lightweight. This is a very hefty gun. It's very well balanced out though. So front to rear, it's not too back heavy or too front heavy. So don't think just because I said, oh, it's all made of plastic, you're getting something that feels cheap. This thing feels way heavier than it looks when you pick it up. So the body is one piece of plastic all the way through, tip to toe. So it gives you this really sleek look. The actual front sight and rear sight are extremely high, which make it really easy if you're gonna be trying to sight down using a face mask. I'm talking extremely easy, and you're gonna need it because you're not gonna get a way to attach any kind of optics in this thing. I mean, let's face it, it's a shotgun. Who's putting optics in this thing anyway? But also, you don't get rails. They've got fantastic texturing down the front here, built into the molded grip. So you kind of get this great grippy handguard. But again, no rail system, no bottom rail, no top rail, no nothing. So if you guys plan on doing a little bit of YouTube filming, you're gonna be stuck with your helmet cam. But again, it's a shotgun, so you're not gonna need anything crazy to get those long distance shots. And of course, it's the Tokyo Marui attention to detail and all little markings. On the top, you'll find AA-12 sledgehammer here in the silver portion. On the magazine, huge sledgehammer embossed in, again, that like diamond grippy pattern. Nice little diamond plate here around actually where the grip goes, and it's huge oversized grip. So I don't care what size hands you have, this thing is gonna work from a lengthwise. If you're wearing gloves, no problem. And then a great little embossed AA-12 right here on the side. Moving to the back and also back over to the front, you get your sling attachment points. They are on the top and they do kind of flop around. I've got this one kind of restrained so it didn't make too much noise during our review. Again, they mount to the metal portions here in the front. In the back, it is mounted to a plastic point. I probably wouldn't trust these for insane running. Plus, they are mounted to the top, so it's kind of set up for that hip fire. Run it over your shoulder, grab it right here, and you're gonna run through and blast people. Being Tokyo Marui, this thing's actually pretty darn accurate, so if you want to do the hip fire thing, yeah, but I would probably opt for actually using those sights to make the shots count. Of course, functionality is right there where you need it. Press a little button right here on the tip of your finger below the trigger guard, and then you'll be able to pull out the 93 round magazine. Now, 93 rounds doesn't mean you get 93 shots because this is a tri-shot shotgun. You're actually going to get 31 shots out of this. That's all you're gonna get, and they go extremely quick. In fact, the way this is set up, we'll talk about rate of fire, you're gonna need a few extra of these on the battlefield, or you're gonna wanna wait till Marui comes out with their huge drum mag to really up the ammo capacity. Taking that mag, you can actually write it back in. It's got grooves on it, so easy to reload. It does have a follower on the top that pops all the way out to load every single one of those BBs in, because every shot's gonna count on this. And then you do have a fire selector over here. Like I said before, you have safe. You do have a semi, which is in marked, which means you'll move it to like halfway between safe and full. It clicks very positively into position, and then all the way back into full auto. In fact, you're probably gonna wanna ride this thing in semi since it does dump rounds pretty darn quick considering, until you get that box mag like I mentioned a second ago. And this coming up is my favorite part of this gun. When you pull this little handle right here back, you lock it open, you got three little wheels right here in the front. This is an adjustable hop-up dial for each of the three barrels. That's right, it's not just 3 shots down one barrel. There are actually 3 barrels down the end of this gun, and each one has its own hop-up adjustment. So you have one for each barrel, and what's really neat is, it's not they all go up or down your BBs. each one adjusts a certain direction, so it affects the spread pattern. So your top barrel is going to adjust the hop up straight up. The bottom left barrel is going to adjust the hop up down to the bottom left, and the bottom right the same way. So you can open up your spread or tighten your spread using this. Marui has really thought that through. So when you get this thing, you can kind of get a feel. If you're going to be playing up close, you might want to open that grouping up. If you're playing in a field that has a little more engagement distance, you might want to play with those and tighten it down to get those longer shots. All right, rounding out all the externals, we're going to get to one more piece here. It's going to be right here in the back. This little lever, you're actually going to flip it up. It's going to click into place, pull off the butt cap, and inside of here is where your battery goes. Now, here is a trick on this. Tokyo Marui designed this for a specific voltage battery. I've been able to run a 7.2 and an 8.4 battery inside of here. It does fit a decent size one, so you can fit like your standard small cells or whatever, or a buffer tube style battery. Anything above that, or when your battery gets low, there's a little light. So for you guys who are thinking, oh, I want to raise the rate of fire in this gun and go crazy with it, you're not going to be able to. They actually have an intelligent circuit in here, so if you plug in 11.1, this light's going to light up and tell you no, no, no. And if your battery gets too low, let's say you're running a nickel metal hydride battery, this light's also going to light up and start flashing and let you no, 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 battery's too low to run the gun. So there is intelligence built in. So Marui, like always, is innovating. And of course, there's a fuse, which is extremely accessible right here in the back as well. It's one of those blade types. It's 25 amps, so I'll be kind of surprised if you end up blowing this thing unless you really try hard. So taking this thing out to the range, of course, like I said, it's a little challenging to chrono, but don't worry, it's Tokyo Marui, so you know exactly what you're gonna get. This is a 1 joule gun, well, under a 1 joule gun actually. So right there on the limits. Now remember though, with each trigger pull, you're getting 3 shots down the barrel, and that's where we talk about that rate of fire. The rate of fire is 30 rounds a second. And you're gonna go, what? Well, remember, you're shooting 3 BBs at one time. So you're actually getting 10 shots a second, which is actually a pretty low rate of fire. But since each one shoots 3 rounds, there's your 30 rounds a second. So that 93 round magazine is gonna go pretty darn quick. You're talking 3 seconds from start to finish, well, not counting that extra shot you're gonna get in there. So you do get that 31st shot. And you can see it all go by very quickly. So like I said before, pick up some extra mags, grab that drum mag when it finally comes out, because I think that one's up in the 1,000+ capacity, and then you're gonna have a ton of fun. Well guys, that is it on the Tokyo Marui AA-12. In fact, I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these for a very long time, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Again, like I said, because it's Tokyo Marui and it's brought into the US, if you guys are watching out of the US, you're gonna pay for this. This is a very premium gun. So brace yourselves, you're looking at that 400-ish price tag up there in the sky. But again, what you do get is that Tokyo Marui quality. And let's face it, you take this thing to your local CQB field, you're gonna have your enemies running before you even come around the corner. And of course, like always, I'll have a link in the description below. If you guys got a lot of cash in your wallet, just burning a hole and you want something super cool, the links are down there to head over to check it out or even pick one up for yourself. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you're not currently a subscriber, click on the logo in the bottom right or in the description and you'll always be in the know. Plus, if you like what you saw in this video and want to learn more, I've got a link down there as well. And if you haven't had your airsoft fix just yet, click in the videos on the right or use the info button at the top of the screen for more. And as the saying goes, everyone has an opinion, and I do want to hear yours. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this video, comment, and share.